Government is like a baby, an alimentary canal with a big appetite at one end and no sense of responsibility at the other. I've always believed that a lot of the trouble in the world would disappear if we were talking to each other instead of about each other. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We will preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we will sentence them to take the first step into 1,000 years of darkness. If we fail, at least let our children and our children's children say of us, we justified our brief moment here. We did all that could be done. Remember that every government service, every offer of government-financed security, is paid for in the loss of personal freedom. In the days to come, whenever a voice is raised telling you to let the government do it, analyze very carefully to see whether the suggested service is worth the personal freedom which you must forego in return for such service. Since I came to the White House, I've gotten 2 hearing aids, had a colon operation, a prostate operation, skin cancer, and I've been shot. Damn thing is, I've never felt better. Entrepreneurs and their small enterprises are responsible for almost all the economic growth in the United States. There are no such things as limits to growth, because there are no limits to the human capacity for intelligence, imagination, and wonder. If there's one observation that rings true in today's changing world, it is that freedom and peace go hand in hand. Freedom is never more than 1 generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. A troubled and afflicted mankind looks to us, pleading for us to keep our rendezvous with destiny, that we will uphold the principles of self-reliance, self-discipline, morality, and, above all, responsible liberty for every individual, that we will become that shining city on a hill. Each generation goes further than the generation preceding it because it stands on the shoulders of that generation. You will have opportunities beyond anything we've ever known. I'm no linguist, but I have been told that in the Russian language, there isn't even a word for freedom. The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us by the manner in which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them, this morning, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God. I heard one presidential candidate say that what this country needed was a president for the 90s. I was set to run again. I thought he said a president in his 90s. The frustrating thing is that those who are attacking religion claim they are doing it in the name of tolerance, freedom and open-mindedness. Question: isn't the real truth that they are intolerant of religion? They refuse to tolerate its importance in our lives. Fascism was really the basis for the New Deal. It was Mussolini's success in Italy, with his government-directed economy, that led the early New Dealers to say, but Mussolini keeps the trains running on time. I want you to know that also I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit, for political purposes, my opponent's youth and inexperience. We welcome change and openness, for we believe that freedom and security go together, that the advance of human liberty can only strengthen the cause of world peace. The size of the federal budget is not an appropriate barometer of social conscience or charitable concern. We do not deny any nation's legitimate interest in security, but protecting the security of one nation by robbing another of its national independence and national traditions is not legitimate. In the long run, it is not even secure.